Yes, 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 yes. What it do, what it do, what it do. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say, welcome to 1438 North 9, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Today is February 29th. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all see that hardware? Do you see that hardware? You know what I'm saying? So, since they want to make America great again, I'm going to say Obama for, you know what I'm saying, 2024. You know what I'm saying? President Obama, come back and make another run. Come back and make another run. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? If you the post, I am getting unholy right now. You know what I'm saying? So, grab your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the story is about to begin. You know what I'm saying? And today is going to be very great. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just give the public something. You know what I'm saying? Black History Month. I'm black every day. You know what I'm saying? I love my color. I love my generation and my culture. I'm a black man telling a black man story, and today I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Go roll something. Go get something. Go put something in your cup. Because today you're gonna take some notes. You know what I'm saying? So grab yourself a pen and grab yourself a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna take some notes. Today's author is David Charles Mills. I'm getting unholy today, y'all. It is going down. Let me open this window. Ugh, and I had it open. Boom. We got to hit the noise. Da, 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 da. Cool. Good. Damn. Gotta get it. Whew. It's going to be a hot one. I will tell you. Mm, this one is going to be good. So, yeah. Cool. Yes, and like I said, in the comments, boom, I'm definitely getting unholy. So, you know what I mean? Definitely, you know what I'm saying? I'm the voice of choice, you know what I'm saying? The one and only conversation, but they call me Big Mike, you know what I'm saying? Coming from the hill to the killer to the teal to the top, you know what I mean? And we're gonna get it, you know what I mean? And definitely, like I said, today I'm getting unholy. Unholy. You know what I mean? What is it, and what does it mean to be a man of color? What is it and what is it to be, in a culture where people constantly want to denigrate you and people want to discredit you, but always want to be a part of you? Why do people lay in the sun and get tans? Why do people lay in the sun and get tans? Why do people go and get baked in tubs and things like that? You know what I'm saying? And today is going to be good. I am getting so unholy today. I am getting unholy today. Today is an interlude, you know what I mean? And coming straight from Hillside. It is a production, baby. You know what I mean? Let the music play. You know what I mean? Most definitely, let's get it on. What's up, Blade? You know what I'm saying? How you doing, baby boy? Want to say a big shout out to Hillside and a let's get it going, moving and grooving, you know what I'm saying? All the way from the meal to the shot, to the jolly, to the you know what I'm saying? And let's go, y'all, and like I said, if you looked in the comments, like I said, today I am going unholy. I mean, unholy. We're going to have some fun today, except for it's going to be deep literature. And what I mean by fun, not fun for people that really understand, most definitely. Um, whew, uh, and let me make sure that I passed, and I want to make sure, and I want to be clear in my clarification in the passage of knowledge. When I said we're gonna have fun today, it's the exploration of knowledge with inside the head. You know what I mean? And it's not fun for my people or my culture or what we went through and what we continue to go through, each and every day. And if you haven't seen the movie Devotion, you know what I mean, with Jonathan Majors, I would say watch the movie Devotion. It is wonderful. You know what I mean? Definitely. If they want to make America great again, you know what I'm saying? Obama, would you please come out and run for a third term? You know what I'm saying? I definitely support that bill. It is what it is. What it ain't, this shall never be. you know, tell you, oh, I need this because I walked outside and my lips just split open like a can of sardines. And I tell you, the worst thing to have is a damn split lip. That's worse than anything. Like I said, I'm getting unholy today. Today, the literature, what is going to be, I'm definitely, when I show you this, your head is going to flip. So if you're just now joining me, welcome to 1438 North Night, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And what's my name? They call me Michael Coates. You know what I'm saying? The one and only, you know what I'm saying? The voice of choice. You know what I'm saying? From the hills, definitely. Boom, getting that done. Mm. Do not want to be looking like I eat powdered donuts. So, you know what I mean? What literature am I reading from? You know what I mean? Do you see that? Unholy, the Slave's Bible. Do you see that? By David Charles Mills. Do you see that? You know? So, like I said, I'm definitely getting unholy today. Definitely getting unholy. You know what I mean? And and if you don't, you're gonna learn today what it is, what I'm saying, that the black culture goes through, that my culture goes through, the suffrage, what I'm saying. You're lucky that we looking for equality and not revenge. You know what I'm saying? So you give us a month, what I'm saying? I say every day, every year, what I'm saying? And if you look at my shirt, you know what I'm saying? Famous black mud shots, you know what I'm saying? Melanin apparel, you know what I'm saying? Go on, support the cause, you know what I mean? It is what it is, and I'm on fire today. You know what I mean? Did you take a notice of my hardware? Do you notice the ancient? So since they give us a day, a month, 29 days a leap year. This is a compass. You know what I mean? This is a sundial. What is a sundial? It helps you it helps one navigate across the seas and across life. You know what I mean? And Michael, why do you have a relic of a sundial on your arm? You know what I mean? Because when you wear the chains of what they've done to you, you have to know the instruments that they used. You know what I mean? You have to know how they packed us in there. You have to know how we lived in our feces and we drink our urine. You know what I'm saying? You have to know, you know what I'm saying, how the ones that didn't say no, that they didn't want to work. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They give us a goddamn month and I say we take the goddamn world. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And you keep moving. You know what I mean? I'm a black man telling a black man's story. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, welcome to 1438 North Ninth, the motherfucking podcast. And hold on, don't hit that button. Hold on. Gotta hit that button. Gotta take the voiceover off. There we go. Oh, but see, then again, you gotta put the voiceover on. So, in the end, so it should calm down. Definitely, I'll take that. Anyway, boom. Like I said, I'm a black man telling a black man's story. I ain't gonna let nobody else tell my story on what it is to be black. You know what I'm saying? Going on 51. Give the world a big kiss. And like I said, we going unholy today. This is called Unholy, the Slave's Bible. You know what I mean? And you have to look at this. You have to look at this. You know what I mean? What does that say? What does that say? Didn't I tell you I was going unholy today? Didn't I tell you I was going unholy today? Huh? Didn't I tell you I was going unholy today? You know, conversation is a powerful tool. Conversation is a powerful tool. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's my nickname. Conversation is like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting unholy tonight. You better grab yourself a glass. You better roll something. You better take some motherfucking notes. A man that is well read is well fed in the literature of the mind. You know what I mean? And that's coming for me. As you cultivate the brain, and when you cultivate the brain and cultivate the field of intelligence, and you pass the relevance, you know what I'm saying? Each one reaches one, teaches one. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man telling a black man's story. Gen X cross-generational specialist, you know what I'm saying? Street talking motivational speaker. I'm going to speak from the literature that they don't want you to see, you know what I mean? And I'm going to let you see it, you know? Ooh, I get a little hot under the helmet, you know what I'm saying? I get hot under the helmet for what I'm talking about. So why don't you, send your man some stars? You know what I'm saying? Let me stop looking down. I ain't gotta look down, I sit up, you know. So boom. These are parts of the Holy Bible selected for the use of the Negro slave in the British West Indies island. You know what I mean? And the author is David Charles Mills. You know what I'm saying? And so the These are the books that they used, you know what I mean, to make us, say always that, when somebody hits you, let them hit you. You know what I'm saying? Be honorable to your master. You know what I'm saying? And these people say, forget what slavery did. You must be out your motherfucking mind. You got a 400-year head start, plus another 300 years, then another 200 years. You know what I'm saying? That's persecution. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. What it ain't shall never be. And I'm going to talk that talk and walk that walk. You know what I mean? It, ooh, ooh, this makes me hot. you know, I am a hell of a black man. When this knowledge, the tour that I'm going on this summer, I'm going to tour, the plantations. Definitely going to tour the plantations because my ancestors are calling me. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. What it ain't, it shall never be. And these are the books that they used. That they selected from the Bible. And I want you to see that. I want you to see that for what it is. You know what I mean? These are the books that were selected, to use to us and preach to us that, be honorable, take pleasure in your beating, be honorable, take pleasure that you getting your ass kicked, be honorable, take pleasure that, somebody doesn't respect you, that you will not have no rights. You can't talk. You can't, commune. You can't get together. You can't read. You can't fly a plane. You can't, because we stole you, and we're gonna keep putting our foot on you, and we don't want to see you rise. You know what I mean? And that's it. Was like I said, I'm getting unholy today. God damn it. It is what it is, and I'm shooting it out there, and definitely, and send your man some stars, whether you on YouTube or Facebook, and to compare it to table, so boom, it's an expedition. Definitely. I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna get it to you. 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 Do, 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 do. Okay. Definitely gonna give it to you. So sit back, and like I said, you know, definitely the gods are rising. We getting unholy today. Definitely gonna read to you from Unholy, the Slave's Bible. You know what I mean? David Charles Mills. Like I said, I'm getting unholy today. I am getting unholy today. You better know that. You know, boom. Where is my light? Boom. Just like that. In Let me wet my whistle. Boom. And shall we proceed? And for those that's just now joining, I am getting unholy today. I'm getting unholy. The slaves Bible. And you have to see how they use certain books from the Old Testament and the New Testament to keep us persecuted, but to get us to love the God. We love their God more than they do. You know? So, as we begin, looking back, Unholy, the Slaves Bible. In 1441, a Portuguese expedition led by Anton Gonçalves and Nuno Trista arrived off the coast of Africa. The ship left with 10 captives. The captives told their captors that a good price will be paid if the captors return them. Mr. Gonsalves shipped the captives back to Africa and received in exchange 10 blacks, male and female, from various countries and various goods, including some dust. Several slaves were sent as a gift of Pope Eugene IV. The others were sold in Lisbon, Portugal, at an extremely high price. Following this first profitable sale of the Africans, the Portuguese sailors began to bring back slaves from every voyage to Africa. The international African slave trade, hereafter slavery, was born. As slavery grew, trade wars broke out between Portugal and Spain. In the Treaty of Tordesillas, negotiated in 1493-1494, Pope Alexander VI brokered a peace between Portugal and Spain by dividing the world between them. The art and science, religion and law used to explain, rationalize, justify, and support slavery came in such inconspicuous clothing it was hardly recognizable. My struggle come to terms with the evidence, facts, and truth about this journey, which led to this book starts in America. My birthplace is Newark, New Jersey, Emmanuel Church of Christ, then located at 28th Beacon Street in Newark is my Shiloh. Every Sunday morning, heaven came down to earth at Emmanuel. The songs, the shouts, moans, groans, prayers, praise, and testimony of the saints were abundant, evidence of my parents' faith. The same was true in Atlantic City, where we spent summers with grandparents and attended Christ Gospel Church. The Newark of my childhood was a busy city. I'm getting unholy today, y'all. This is what I'm reading from David Charles Mills. My civil education began at Miller Street School in Newark. Waverly Avenue School was my second and last school in New Jersey. My teachers, especially Miss Bell, Miss Hewler, among others, shaped me into a straight A student like myself. My schoolboy crush on Miss Janice Hoolier was boundless. The documents and songs that define, reflect, and project America ideals are firmly enshrined in my heart beside my faith. The school became boring. Hooky became my companion, and the streets of Newark offered many options. Shining shoes, carrying groceries at the Good Deal supermarket, and putting up baked goods at a local bakery took up much of my time. Then one day the truant officer arrived. You can imagine what happened when mom and dad got hold of me back in the days before such chastisement was called child abuse. Life went on, despite the fact that my lesson suggested death had arrived. Miss Williams was then mother of our Cub Scout troop when we lived on 43 Brenner Street. Her sizzle burgers were to die for. The city of New York closed off streets in the summer, opened fire hydrants to cool us off. We also had spinning tops to play with. We shot tops with soda and ketchup bottles filled with dirt or wax. Also, during the summer, the city of Newark sponsored Play Street. Checker Boo Badu would come around and every now and then and play checkers. And when we lived at 25 Earl Street, my age of innocence did not last long, however. An assassin's bullet killed John Fitzgerald Kennedy in 1963. My teacher cried like a baby. School was closed as America mourned down in Atlantic City. The monument was erected to President Kennedy just behind the old Atlantic City Convention Center. One night in 1967, we were brought to the window of our three-story apartment building at 43 Brenner Street. The sky was bright orange. Newark was on fire. A riot was going on. A police officer had killed a young man and the city was mad. The next day, an armored tank was in front of our apartment, Springfield Avenue, where my imagination fancied a Krupp's bicycle was burned out. We moved to Los Angeles, California in 1968. And if you're just now joining me, welcome to 1438 New Night, the podcast. And I am your voice of choice. You know what I'm saying? Conversation. But my real name is Big Mike. They call me Michael Coates. You know what I'm saying? And senior man some stars. Right now, I'm getting unholy today. I'm reading from Unholy, the Slave's Bible, David Charles Mills. And right now, I'm just on page 2. And like I said, sit down, relax, take some notes. You know, something's going on. And welcome, and we are definitely getting on. Definitely, definitely, definitely. We up that light a little bit. Hmm. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay, cool. I had to find out where I was at. So let's continue. We are reading Unholy, the Slave's Bible by David Charles Mills. Page 2, bottom of the page. We lived at 1161 Plymouth Boulevard in Los Angeles, Bethany Apostolic Church, where District Elder Robert William McMurray, later bishop, was the pastor. Was my new church home. Pastor McMurray was a former actor who had come from West New York. He made his first valet. Pastor McMurray's theme song was Trust Him. Every Sunday morning, the choir in church raised the roof, singing Pastor McMurray's theme song as he entered the sanctuary with me in tow carrying the Bible and sermon. Bethany was located at 8428 South Hoover Street. My baptism occurred at Bethany. Los Angeles civic life was exciting and inviting. Queen Anne Elementary School was around the corner from our apartment. Queen Anne Park was from the school. Mr. Matt Hershen was my favorite teacher ever. One day he told me the college in my future after graduating at the top of my sixth grade class, Mount Vernon Junior High School. As my covenant with death and agreement with hell proceeded, the eyes of my family and church staff must have been a fountain of years. Yet, despite my travels in the sea of the angels, they never surrendered their prayers to what appeared inevitable. My last journey to juvenile detention in court in 1975 was enough. Somehow the court gave me a reprieve after returning to school. It was summer 1976. America was celebrating its bicentennial. My mother took me to the bus station. And one thing I will do, I'm definitely reading in succession, except for I'm not gonna, definitely skipping parts to go through a timetable. So right now, it was summer 1976. America was celebrating its bicentennial. My mother took me to the bus station, and as the bus pulled away, tears streamed down her face. After rising briefly to get off the bus and see what was wrong, something made me sit down. With the ounce of marijuana and little cash, fun with my fellow pilgrims was to be had all the way to Knoxville. The bus station in Knoxville, Tennessee, sits on a corner off of Magnolia Street. It was late at night. Awaiting me inside was a sight of a lifetime. My grandmother's brother, Uncle Junior. He stared at me in the face. It was like looking in the mirror. We were twins despite our 46-year age difference. Although we had never met each other until then, Mom had returned from Granddaddy's funeral in 1976 and said, "We finally know who you look like, boy." So I'm gonna jump all the way over. Boom. That was summer 1976. Da, 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 da. Because they go back to 1956. So cool. I'm staying in 1976. In 1976, the Knox Community Action Committee had a general equivalent diploma GED program at the Fieldstone Building on Magnolia Avenue. A gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Ronald Martin, was one of my teachers. The rest of the adult education, and for everybody that's just now joining, I am reading Unholy, The Slaves by David Charles Mills. That's the author. So I'm getting Unholy, y'all. You know, and if you haven't seen that, I'm gonna show you that. Okay. So I'm definitely getting Unholy. And why am I getting Unholy? You want to give me a month and tell me that it's a leap year and tell me that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a Black History Month. I'm black all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? And I love how I'm living. I love my melanin. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man telling a black man's story. And like I said, when I read these interludes, I'm going to come from authors that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the damn story did begin. You know what I'm saying? Seeing your man some stars so I can rise up in here. You know what I mean? Don't be like that. Am I good for 10 of your dollars? Go in your pocket, send me $10. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm gonna give everybody big like that. You know, And like I said, tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the story is about to begin. And if you haven't seen that hardware right there, what is that you got on, Michael? What is that you got on, Michael? What is your timepiece doing? That is called a sundial. This is what they use to navigate their way to Africa. And this is what they use to navigate with stolen people. You know what I'm saying? You know? So I'm gonna wear these chains. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show, you know what I'm saying, what you did, and you still can't hold us back. You know what I mean? It is what it is, what it ain't shall never be. You know what I mean? You know, definitely. So let us keep going. So that was 1976. And I'm going to jump ahead all the way. Talking about achievements. Like, okay, cool. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here we go. Cool. So we're gonna start with the passages that so they used um the Old Testament Genesis 37. You know what I mean? So the slaves, looking back the slaves Bible. So we're gonna go straight to page 37. Straight to page 37. So this is how they rip the pages out, and this is how they want it. You know, in Genesis, God created the heaven and earth, and the earth was without form and void. The darkness was upon the face and deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." There was light, and God saw the light, and that it was God. And God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day and the darkness night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from waters which above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and even the morning and the evening and morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered unto one place, and let the dry and land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters called he seas. And God saw it was good. And God said, "Let the earth form forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and God saw that it was good. And the evening and morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights and firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years." You know, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to say, if you're just now joining me, I am getting unholy today. You know what I'm saying? I am going with it. You know what I'm saying? I am responsible and accountable for the content that I put up out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a hillside production. And if you don't know my name, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to 1438 North Ninth, the podcast. And I am the original, the one and only, the voice of choice. You know what I'm saying? Conversation with the Coleman Michael Coates. You know what I'm saying? Seeing your man $10. You know what I'm saying? Seeing your man some stars. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Without y'all, I can't do it. You know, and like I said, I'm getting unholy. And I'm reading from Unholy, the Slaves Bible by David Charles Mills. You know what I mean? Definitely by David Charles Mills. Like I said, I'm getting unholy. I'm responsible for the content of this information. You know what I mean? And whatever anybody believe in, I'm not going to impress upon you, you know, anything that you don't feel is necessary for your spirit, except for these are the chapters and these are the things that we're using to enslave my people. Unholy is incandescently clear and convincingly evidence of the war rage between Christians and the enemies of Jesus who masquerade his servants. Unholy is the fruit of their labor. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go and say ooh, ooh, academicians. That is a big ass word. Academic. Academic is academic. It's it's like magician, but academicians. Okay, academicians. Damn, that is a big ass word. Oh shit! Hold on. Academicians. Hold on. Yeah. Academicians. Damn. Phew, that's like admissions, but it's academicians. 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 Oh, academicians. Ooh, I have to get that right. Academicians. I ain't never seen that word in my 51 years. Damn, that is a big ass word. It's academicians. Hey, ACADEMC IANS. I ain't never seen that word. Damn. That's hey, I had to get stuck on that one for a minute. Academicians eventually climbed on the bandwagon and gave their prestige to the myth of the superior race. Their contribution came through the so-called Teutonic origins theory, a doctrine of white supremacy surrounded by the halo of academic respectability. The theorists of this concept argued that Anglo-Saxon institutions of any worth had historical roots in the Teutonic tribal institutions of ancient Germany, and furthermore, that only the Teutonic race had been imbued with the ability to build stable governments. Historians from the lofty academic towers of Oxford, like Bishop William Stubbs and Edward A. Freeman, expounded the Teutonic origins in British intellectual circles. It Atlantic and found lodging in the mind of Herman Baxter Adams, one of the organizers of the Graduate School of Johns Hopkins University and founder of the American Historical Association. He expanded Freeman's views by asserting that the Teutonic origins theory really had three homes: England, Germany, and the United States. Pretty soon, the distorted theory dominated the thinking of American historians and leading universities like Harvard, Cornell, Wisconsin, and Columbia. You know, even natural science, the discipline committed to the inducive method, creative appraisal, and detached objectivity, was invoked and distorted to give credence to a political position. A whole school of racial ethnologists developed using such terms as species, genius, and race. It became fashionable to think of the slave as a species of property. It became fashionable to think of the slave as a species of property. It was during this period that the word race came into fashion. Woo! I'm getting motherfucking hot today. Woo! Hold on. Yes. Yeah, we getting unholy. We getting unholy today. You know what I'm saying? One thing, you know what I'm saying? I am a street talking motivational speaker, you know what I'm saying? Gen X cross generational specialist. As I, you know, as I, search through these rhythms of what it is to be black. I did my 23andMe. I'm 66% Nigerian. 67 Virginia, you know what I mean? Stinking ass Charles Coates, you know what I'm saying, who died without not even knowing this, bum ass. You know what I mean? I'm holding a name that I don't know anything about. I'm 66% Nigerian. Nigerians were dropped off in Virginia because they had a lighter and fairer skin. They had a lighter and fairer skin in 1725. You know what I'm saying? And they walking around here talking about, you know what I'm saying? Forget something, you give me a goddamn month. It's been hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk my talk and walk that walk. You know what I'm saying? I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black man. I'm telling a black man's story. You know what I mean? And I definitely hold the weight of what it is to be a black king up in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Woo. Give me 1 second. Woo. 1 second. Yeah. Uh, Definitely. Got to fill a Superman cup of Superman juice. We're gonna do Pinot Grigio because we're gonna talk it. We're gonna tell it. Here's what it is. It is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. Whoo, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And as we jump on this metaphysical ride, and what does it mean? You know what I'm saying? I told you I'm getting unholy today. Did I not tell you that I was getting unholy today? You know what I'm saying? Tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the goddamn story done began. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going down with it today. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what it means to be black, I'll tell you what it means to be black. It's a beautiful thing. I wake up every motherfucking day with everything going against me, and I know I gotta get up and do it 10 times better, even 10 times better. I could be the smallest, the slimmest. You know what I'm saying? I could be whatever. But no matter how high I climb, you know what I'm saying? I'm still that big black melanin, that black Adonis, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me. And when I walk in, I need my respect. I command my respect. And it is what it is, what it ain't. It shall never be. You know what I'm saying? And boom. Let us get back to Unholy, the Slave's Bible by by David Charles Mills. You know? So this is the shaping of the theories of the academic. That is one big ass word. I will tell you. You know? So this is the forming. The forming of the term race and species, and you know what I mean, how big are our foreheads and how big are our brains. You know what I'm saying? It's an uncanny motherfucking thing that people who can communicate, you know what I mean, people who couldn't, you know, it's not that we couldn't communicate. How you gonna put a label up on us? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, what it ain't. It shall never be. I'm definitely going over a motherfucking hour tonight. You gonna give me a goddamn month? Shit, I got years. You know, and I'll tell you this: it's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing. So tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the goddamn story did begin. And if you don't know your history, you better get you a pencil or a pen. You know what I'm saying? Because Money Mike about to read it again. You know what I mean? So let's go back here. And so we're going to talk about the shaping of the spirit, of the shaping of the thinking of race, species, and cultures. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go back here for those that just now joined in. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to 1438 North Night, the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And it is the one and only, the voice of choice. You know what I'm saying? Conversation, you can call me Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. It's a hillside thing. You know, and I'm going to give y'all a little bit of music, you know, just to break you in a little bit. And if you're just now joining me, I'm getting unholy tonight, goddammit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah. A lot of people say, are you mad? I'm not mad. I carry spirits. I carry energy. I carry seeds that grow. It is what it is. So we're going to go back to the shaping of the thinking. So logic was manipulated to give intellectual credence to the system of slavery. Someone formulated the argument for the inferiority of the Negro in the shape of syllogism. I ain't never seen that damn word. So logic was manipulated to give intellectual credence to the system of slavery. Someone formulated the argument for the inferiority of the Negro in the shape of syllogism. All men are made of the image of God. God, as everybody knows, is not a Negro. Therefore, the Negro is not a man. Logic was manipulated to give intellectual credence to the system of slavery. Someone formulated the argument for the inferiority of the Negro in the shape of syllogism, Syllogism. So you can research it your damn self. All men are made in the image of God. God, as everybody knows, is not a Negro. Therefore, the Negro is not a man. What the fuck you talking about? Man. As I go through my trials and tribulations with knowledge, and as I search what it means to be me, and as I look for a foundation and a finality as I step in these streets as a God amongst men every day, you know, I often ask myself, who am I? What is my spirit? Where is my shadow been? Who are my ancestors? Why can't I trace my history back to the goddamn day you took what you took from me? I can only trace it back to Virginia. It is what it is, what it ain't, it should never be. You know? So as they shape the spirit and answer. So as I read again from Unholy, the Slave's Bible, David Charles Mills. Uh, my final answer came from an institution. 6 American presidents chose, and hundreds of the United States senators confirmed. 9 exceptionally well educated Christian men, Roman Catholic, Methodist, Episcopalian, and Presbyterian, to sit to the United States Supreme Court. Significantly, the Dred Scott case was the first time all 9 Supreme Court justices wrote an opinion. It was also the first time in the Supreme Court declared a major act of Congress, the Missouri Compromise, illegal. The Supreme Court unanimously. Let me go back so you understand what I'm talking about. My final answer came from an institution. And if y'all just now joining me, oh, you did that to me, girl? Syllogism, an instance of a form of reasoning in which a conclusion is drawn, whether validly or not, from 2 given up or unassumed propositions, premises, each of which shares a term with the conclusion and shares a common omitted term not present in the conclusion. Not only was that powerful, but that's what this is. This is everybody that's watching this podcast right here. You know what I mean? I definitely claim energy. I definitely claim status. I definitely claim moving. I definitely claim success. As I pull these skeletons out this damn closet, and a lot of days I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just know what I'm doing is right. I'll tell you that much. I'll say that much. And I have a powerful I have a powerful circle around me that motivates me and moves me. And Tony Hall, you one of them, baby. You know I love you. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. The way you speak and your art of intelligence and your reference points and your quick, and how you watch over me, is angelic. You know, when y'all hear me say my soliloquies, tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your mama, tell your sister, tell a friend that the story's about to begin. That's not no slick shit. One day I'm gonna explain it. When I say tell your mama I said hi and tell your auntie I said don't ask why, I'm gonna explain it. Just not one day. Every idiom, everything that I say has a point that I learned it from, and I coined it to a term where I could deal with my pain. It may sound like I'm talking slick shit, but I'm not. I'm giving up my processes of how I deal with life and how I don't let the pain just suck me up. It fucks me up at times. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. The ghosts, the spirits, and it's not always evil. The responsibility and accountability that I have to do what I'm doing, you know, I have to keep going. I have to. And man, boy, whew, this I know it's heavy. And I'm not gonna cry. I'm not that. You know, I'm a human. I'm I travel my emotions. Just don't end up on the wrong side. You know, it's you know there are so many societies that I go into that I done bogarted my way in. I done bogarted my way in so many goddamn circles, and I'm being honest. I done, I done bogarted my way into so many bougie ass goddamn circles, not because I want to hold my ass tight, except because I am he. I am he that you have held down. I am he that you have want to held back. I am he. I am the culmination of many deaths before me that made me. I am a black man. I represent a strong culture, a culture of people whose fate has been decided in other parts of the world by other cultures for profitable and prosperous reasons. The killing and the maiming of my culture. You know, what the fuck is great about owning somebody? You know, my grandmother, Irma Hilbert, I often say my Aunt Minnie. My Aunt Minnie wasn't my Aunt Minnie. You know what I'm saying? My Aunt Minnie was my grandmother's maid. My grandmother had a maid. My grandmother had a maid. Her name was Aunt Minnie. And my uncles and them, they have all of the memories. My Aunt Minnie, she was born in 1926. She was a sharecropper in Arkansas, and she raised my grandmama. When my grandmama made good in Chicago, my grandmother brought her with her. Aunt Minnie's room was in the back of the house where we had to stay. You know, yeah, I cry, except for and many times I done let it flow on camera. I choose not to because I now at times the rivers will flow, except for the the diamonds that flow through these streams right now. They heal in the land. You know, like what the hell did I do? I didn't open up a box of worms. And you're right. You're right. You're right. You are so right. Like, damn. And one thing I want to talk to y'all. This is a conversation between us. So, if you're on here and you see this, post a comment, post a question. It's a conversation between us, you know. Thank you for your time, and effort. Thank you for allowing me in. I'm going over tonight. Definitely going over tonight. What is this? This is a sundial. You take the latitude of a city, Chicago, which is 39.8, and you raise it to a certain degree. And at the certain point, this is a navigation device. This is the device that was used to bring us over here. And it's amazing when I talk to other Africans, and you know, my car was in the shop, so I went and got my car, and my Uber driver, my Uber driver, he's Ethiopian, and he lives right around by me. And I was talking to him. I was like, he was like, "I seen you before." I was like, "I've seen you as well." I was like, "I spoke to you." He was like, "I don't speak to a lot of Americans," and like I told him, like the 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 blockage between Africans and Black Americans, there is a difference. I had to go through DNA to 23andMe to learn that I'm 66% fucking Nigerian, and I love it. I ate fufu and a few other things. The thing that I need to do now is find out the closest to like what tribe I'm from, what my colors of my tribe were, what's my natural garb. You know, I want my blood to represent the natural garb I'm supposed to wear. I want my garb to represent my connection to, they give me a general area of Nigeria that I'm from. And understandably so. And it's so amazing, you know, when you trace who you are and you want to find out who you are, because as I speak my truth, I'm gonna speak my truth. And and one thing I am gonna post, I'm gonna post my results from my 23andMe. I did that like 4 years ago. And when I look at my ancestry, I go, damn, 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 damn. I am him that has died millions and millions of times for me to get here where I am at. I am him that knows the pain of death and fingers chopped off and hands chopped off and feet chopped off, penises chopped off, ears chopped off, and burnt in the middle of a town. I am him, the Trayvon Martins, the Mike Browns, Philando Castiles, the Sandra Blands, you know, I am him, the man, the Aubreys that know what a witch hunt is. I am him, the man that knows what it feels like to be chased down, hunted, and persecuted. I am him that has sat at the lunch counter, that has been sprayed with water, that said colors to the back, that said niggas only, that, you know what I'm saying, is that a nigga? I am him. I am him. I am motherfucking him. I am him. I am him that is denied property and wealth and a satisfaction and a sanctuary with no home or commitment. I am him. I am him that has trudged through the swamps. Man, I am him. Man, I am definitely him. I am him that has the backbone. I am him that holds up to say, I am a man. I am him to say that I have rights. Whew. Whew. You give me a month. You give me a day. I'm gonna take a lifetime. Whew. Speak, King, speak. I am him. Did you not know? I carry the responsibility and the leadership to keep moving and to not break down during the thought of communication or during the right of process of thought. I am him that has survived, that has been made it. I am him that jumped off the ship and that said, we not going. I am him that is confused. I am him that wants a home. I am him that a culture has to be recognized, not wants to be, has to be recognized. I am motherfucking him. I am him. I am him. It is what it is. And I don't say that lightly. When I say it is what it is, come with that shit. Come with that shit. And when I say come with that shit, when the fuck was America great? When was America great? When was this motherfucker great? You know? And as much as I say this, I am definitely him. What's my responsibility to take this platform and to move it forward? My responsibility of this situation and this platform is to open the eyes, awareness, the hearts, the minds, and the souls of anyone that's listening for it to go for it to move. Yeah, I needed to go viral. Except for if it don't, I'm just giving up my story on my terms on my platform. 1438 North Night the podcast. That's the address to where I found myself and the pivot point in my life. Whew, man. And I gotta read this. And like I told y'all, this, is a conversation. And shout out to Tony Hall. She said it becomes great when we realize who we are and the strength and the courage we hold. I am her. Whew, man, you gotta love it. You got to love it. Yes, yes, yes. That's the purpose. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of the art of communication. They may say it's a podcast, it's the art of communication. It's the therapies and the way of talking and to which that, you know, the people that I communicate with that I really feel like y'all here and you keep moving. You know, I have a beautiful soul that supports me when I'm down, supports me when I'm up. That understands me and that is in her own realm. And because I'm I'm complicated. And I'm not saying no, definitely not in a relationship or anything like that. It's Today's times, it's crazy. You know, it's like you gotta, when I started to say I'm gonna give it up, I'm give it up in its totality. You know, let me my ass sniffling like a little baby. Um, whew, you got to give it up. The process and the art of communication and education of the spirit and the mind and the body is to allow people to to bear witness. That's why they say I bear witness. And a lot of times, I'm communicating the way that I'm drawing my story. I'm drawing my story in such a way that I definitely got to keep going through this particular literature. So the life is done. The life and lore and folk poetry of the Black Hustler is done. This is the second installment of the interludes. This is going to have much more of a poignant juxtaposition for people of color, people of any race, to understand what it means and how heavy it is to carry pain. It has such a kaleidoscope of responsibility. I could be out and say I'm in a restaurant or something, and somebody start acting up, or somebody start threatening everybody, or somebody being extremely loud or obnoxious. Everybody always look to me to protect everybody. Now, if I walk into a situation and it's delicate, what do I mean by delicate? It's lily white. And what I mean by delicate, like you don't belong here. They don't have to say anything. I was in Heartland, Wisconsin, working at Camp Wicked Mason, and we went on an excursion after we got off work. We went to a place called the Bear Trap in Heartland, Wisconsin. And soon as we walked in, they turned off the music. And while the woman was pouring drinks, she said, "Honey, we closed. Ain't nobody in here." And the motherfucking place was packed. So as I told my the people that we was with, I was like, we gotta go. It was me and two, it was me, Lavelle, and Tony, and we was with two other no, three other white people that I love and admire. And when we in the bar, we were in the middle of the bar. I see people breaking pool sticks and shit. And I looked up and I told the other two people who was with, they was trying to order drinks. I pulled them, I said, we have to go. So as we go into the front door, and I'm talking about the air was getting small. When I say getting small, as we got to the front door, you could see the air moving like you motherfuckers ain't gonna make it. Y'all in for a hell of a ride. And I was only 15 going on 15 and a half going on 16, and I knew my life was in danger. And we trying to get out. Lavelle, he was big, Lavelle was big. He was short though. Lavelle was drunk. And we trying to get out. And we get right to the door. As soon as we get to the door, this big ass white boy, he had a Ripon College number 22 jersey. I'll never forget it. He looked, and he was leaning on the bar. He had green eyes, blonde hair. This motherfucker was about 6'7". I'm talking about he's built like a goddamn surgeon. And he said, "What the fuck is this, nigger day?" I grabbed Lavelle and Tony and pulled them outside so quick. I said, "We got a better chance outside than inside. They got to come out the door. They have to come out the door. As they come out the door, when they see blood, they're gonna stop coming. You cut the head of the snake will stop moving, you know? Or I'm in Northbrook and I get stopped on the side of the road with a 24-year-old young blonde hair, um, young white cop. And she was pretty cool. She was pretty cool. Or I get stopped in St. Louis on the side of the road going to get these gold teeth. Mm. I done had so many pistols pulled on me. I can't even tell you. It's fucking amazing. It's amazing. And a lot of people would say, Mike, why do you wear clothes that are offensive? My life is offensive. The fact that I exist is offensive. The fact that I know how to handle hundreds of thousands of dollars is offensive. The fact that I understand this path is offensive. The fact that I don't give not one flying motherfuck that you think I deserve to be in second. I deserve to be in first. Give me back what you stole from my ancestors. Give me back what you stole from Oklahoma. Give me back what you untitled me with the real properties. And if you don't know what the real properties are, the real properties were for the GIs. When all the GIs came back, they got a $5,000 loan from the bank to start a home and to get married. There's a clause in the contract, though. No Negroes, nobody of color could come back from the war and get a rail house for $5,000. The redlining of our culture, the raping of the sciences of our culture, the manifestation and the raping of the black women of our culture, the the isolation. Women couldn't get no money if a black man was in the house. The separate, the divide and conquer theory has been instituted on us for thousands of years. The Willie Lynch theory has been around since the 1800s. Black people, black men, black women, wake up. Read about your history. Know about the sciences that are used against us, the psychologies that keep us pertinent and impervious to grow. We got Venezuelans coming over here in 15 years. They're going to be farther than a lot of black people who now have been in higher positions in the past 20 years. They give us a month on the leap year. I say I'm black 365 days a year. Mm. Thank you for your intuition, your spirit, your intellect, your time, and your patience with myself. It is an honorable pleasure, and I would only suggest send a black man some stars. I am worth $10 of your time. You know what I'm saying? Call me a cassette tape. You have been in the esteemed and honorable pleasure of a black Adonis, a bona fide leader. My name is Michael Maurice Coates. They call me Conversation. You had the esteemed pleasure to witness and understand to be on 1438 North Ninth, the podcast. My conversation, the voice of choice. Michael Coates is what they call me. May your heart be open. May your mind be well. May your spirit elevate and may you see the problems that are before you before they hit you. And may you develop a plan to be eloquent and salacious and confident and battle your demons. Thank you for your time. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to do another addendum to Unholy, the Slave's Bible by David Charles Mills. It is a pleasure. Have a great night.